What's going on, guys? It's your boy Flem
and Snipes
over at Kentucky Bourbon Boys. Today, we're unboxing everything that we have here, as well as starting our podcast with none other than a bottle of Blanton's. Today, we're just gonna kind of sip on that while we talk to you guys about a few other topics we'll get into later on. And I'm sure Cody will be able to go over a little bit more with that here in a second. But we tried to put together a little bit of a budget-friendly podcast. We weren't trying to spend a whole lot of money. We didn't want all the real fancy stuff. Otherwise, you'd see a bunch of Shure SM7Bs as well as probably a couple Go XLRs and some other stuff here. But this will do. We think it's gonna work out pretty good. We've watched some reviews on a little bit of everything, and we think this is gonna be the best equipment for the Kentucky Bourbon Boys.
And that being said, we also wanted to focus on trying to be as mobile as possible, because as y'all know, we live in Kentucky, which is where a lot of the big bourbon distilleries, or all the bourbon distilleries are. So we're gonna be really trying to, as COVID starts relieving a little bit, to try to schedule to where we can get in there and we record some stuff and do some bourbon tastings, whiskey tastings around the state. So we're definitely gonna stay tuned for that. But right now, we talked about the Blanton's before, I think, just on our regular Twitters and stuff. Took me a while to get it, but we wanted to save it for the first video. As you can see, it's not open. Yeah, so we're gonna sip on that. Flem is more the tech guy, I'm more of the personality. But yeah, so he's gonna kind of break down more about what we got going on here and its purpose, because I don't really know. I'm just gonna talk. So yeah.
All right, so starting first, we got 2 XLR cables. Nothing special about these. They're just the input output for our Sound Blaster K3. And the reason why we went with a XLR mic over a USB mic is because a USB mic is oftentimes gonna have more trouble condensing a lot of those background noises, like the fan that we got in the background that you might hear right now. You might not. But also, you're gonna hear a lot of that static and unwanted frequencies when 2 USB mics are together, like the big buzzing noises that I may be able to put on the screen right now. Don't quote me on that. Might edit that out in post. But the mixer that we went with for our setup is the Sound Blaster K3 Plus. I watched a lot of reviews on this, as well as the Rode M5 microphones that we got over there. And a lot of people were saying that these were a good pair to go together, simply for the fact that these are, as Cody mentioned, both mobile, and they are very lightweight, easy to use. A lot of it is going to be plug and play. Plus it gives us a lot of options to add stuff to the mixer later on while we're at distilleries and speaking with the experts on knowledge of bourbon, as well as just kind of having some fun vlogs on the side. But should have got a knife. Yeah, I'll grab that real quick.
Well, while he's doing that, another thing on top of that is I may have found a contact that actually has a lot of bourbons and a lot of rare ones. May not be able to always get a hold of it to necessarily drink, but something we can bring on the show to show you all. He's got a bunch that are replicas, which is just one that he has that's extra that he has open, and then one unopened, obviously. So that's like your Blantons, your Wellers. He's got what's the Angel's Envy, Elijah Craig Toasted. He has, what is that? Pappy's, the real expensive one. Of course, you know, that'll probably never get open. I think it's actually gonna go to his daughter. It's my brother-in-law, Daniel Corley. I don't know if he'll ever watch this podcast, but just in case, he's a real one. So hopefully that works out. Otherwise, you know, we'll do what we can. Otherwise, we'll just drink what we can get our hands on, or, you know, what you sponsors might supply.
Potentially.
Pause for dramatic effect. All right. As y'all can see, I easily beat Flem, and I let him get a head start. We love Rode microphones. Hashtag not an ad. Hashtag a sticker.
That's actually the microphone that we're using right now on my Sony A6000 we're currently using the Rode Pod mic, and I bought this mic prior to us going to TwitchCon actually, because I watched a ton of reviews on it, and for the quality and the price, it was unmatched at the time. I'm sure there's probably other options out there now, but this was a great option for us, just being our first time going to TwitchCon, which granted, we may actually bring these with us next time.
Oh, for sure.
Because this will be a great opportunity to get in touch with a lot of brands as well as a lot of creators at TwitchCon and get some input on how they do their stuff, a few other things. But as you can see, Cody's opening up the Rode M5s now. It's got a little windshield on it that is great for what we spoke about earlier, getting the background noise limited as well as removed. And it's also got a mount for a stand that is actually in the bottom of the box as well. It's just a 3-prong stand. It's not very beneficial in all cases, which we are actually going to be using these stands for those microphones. And the Sound Blaster Pro that we got over here, as mentioned, is a very compact, very lightweight mix amp. And this is going to be able to preemptively give us a lot of good sound quality, give us control on it, and be able to update some frequencies and stuff throughout the broadcast. And in the package, we got a auxiliary cable, just your standard 3.5 millimeter. And then you got some of the water stuff.
Our favorite snacks.
And then here it is, the Sound Blaster K3. We got all kinds of different ports here. We got a GND, which is your ground. You got the right and left in and out. You got the mobile I/O, which is where the 3.5 millimeter jack comes into play. Your power source being USB, and then you got a second set of line in, right and left cables, and then you got 2 XLR inputs. One that you can use for a musical instrument, whether it's a guitar or anything else, which we probably won't need. I'm gonna say probably because we may end up doing some mean type shit later on.
We're gonna do some crazy shit.
And then you got 2 headphone input and outputs. So the K3 gives you a lot of stuff that we thought would be pretty funny to be able to use. Like you got your effects, you got your inputs where you can change the treble, the bass, you got a soundboard, so if you wanted to do like the you can do that. Put that on
the
here.
what one more time?
You can change the volume on both headphones if we wanted it louder or quieter. We can add some auto tune, which I'm sure we're gonna play with a lot. Probably gonna end up sounding like Cody Wayne and Flem Payne. We're allowed to mix it with the effects and monitor whether we're gonna monitor in our headphones the effects that are on here.
And we're gonna say some reckless shit.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little bit of a red label. It's gonna be memey.
Yeah, it's important to remember everything is of our own opinion.
Yes,
and always feel free to share your own. While Flem is digging around with that XLR cable, figured to probably bring back TwitchCon that he mentioned earlier. The first time we ever used the Rode mic, we were walking through San Diego, you know, just checking out, recording with this pretty much this exact setup minus the tripod that it's currently sitting on. And we get walking and we get to a part of the city that the lights are off. And it's dark outside, right? We're from the woods, you know, Kentucky, wooded areas, small cities, whatever, the sticks, hicks, hollers. I have goats at my mom's.
I don't have shoes on.
Literally, I'm not wearing underwear. And I have a turkey. The other 2 died for Thanksgiving. May they rest in spaghetti. But anyways, we get walking, the lights are off. And after a while, I get looking at Flynn, I'm like, bro, something going on here. All of a sudden, every window we pass got metal bars on it. And we're like, I didn't bring a gun. As you know, here in Kentucky, we love our guns. I love my guns, these guns, fire guns, whatever. Then we round a corner and I'm like, stinks. I'm like, you smell that? And Flynn's like, stinks. And I'm like, it smells like cat piss. Which, you know, God help them, you know, hopefully our government can get a better handle on it. But we ran a corner and there's probably 30 or 40 homeless people all over the ground. And here we are with, you know, probably $500–600 worth of equipment at the time, or in a camera alone, not counting the mic and the setup. So probably about 800 in total, I'd say. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, because, you know, once life gets rough, you know, people can take those opportunities, and also saw it as a way, like, here we are, two young guys walking around, all these guys that probably don't get fucked with or messed with while they're sleeping, and we're recording a fucking vlog.
Yeah. And
we're like, wow. Like, so we cut it, obviously, and we got through, but God, it was bad. But after that, you know, I think we kind of got a real feel of what a large city's like, which I live in Louisville now, which is the largest city in Kentucky, but it's not quite as bad or nearly as bad as San Diego.
Yeah. And
it's not because of, like, economy, it's population.
Yeah.
If Louisville had as many people as San Diego, it'd probably be just as bad, which is sad. But yeah, it was interesting. We were like, yeah, and then we were like, oh shit. And they just started waking up and looking at us, and we were like, oh my God, I feel so bad for them. And because here we are walking around, and we were dressed nice because we just wanted to walk and record. We got this camera, and they might think we're out there, like, because no one wants to be embarrassed, that kind of stuff. So obviously we didn't post any of that stuff, but at first we were really concerned. But it was a good time.
Definitely a lot of fun. And as mentioned, the boom arm stands that we're going to be using is the Samson MB1. This is a tabletop stand. We kind of went for that because we kind of went for these because it's going to be the best solution for us, especially if we're going mobile. We're just going to be able to pull it off and walk with it. Just like this with the Rode M5 for stand. Just talk like this. It's very lightweight. Be able to talk into it. The windscreen's going to eliminate all the background noise. And with the tabletop stand, it's going to help us by, if we do what he was just doing where he accidentally like bumped the table or whatever, it's supposed to eliminate those vibrations.
That was no accident.
But it's supposed to limit those vibrations and help to reduce the amount of noise impact on the microphone when we were doing a broadcast, which hopefully there's not going to be a whole lot of this or that all throughout the broadcast. But who knows? We could drink this Blanton's and they could probably send us it.
Yeah, it could get a little sideways. Anyways, I'm trying to get this out so we can show you, but that's fucking great. I'm stupid. So we almost there. Oh, hang on now. I'm on now.
Hey, my kick is real easy.
I was just at one. The one side was like, nah, dog. I was like, oh. Oh, and also, you know, anyone that might be watching this, if you have any bourbon ideas that you think we should try,
yes,
please comment them. Please DM us
or add us
Let
on
us
Twitter.
know.
Be like, hey, I think you guys should review this one or try this one in your next vlog or your next podcast. I'd really like to see it and get your all's opinions on it.
Let's try to keep it reasonable.
Yeah.
Like not pappies.
Yeah. So
unless you sponsoring it.
we are definitely up for any type of bourbon, but we're not going to be able to do them all at once either. So it's going to take us some time, but we're not against trying new things with the bourbon industry, getting more knowledge as well as trying out new recommendations from you guys in the comments section and or on Twitter and Instagram at Kentucky Bourbon Boys. Yeah, buddy.
Yep. We'll tell you all a quick story about how serious we are about this.
Yeah.
I'm playing GTA 5. This guy says, BB4L. And I was like, yeah, what's up, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? And he said, and then I looked in the chat, he has the same clan tag. I'm like, okay, I see you, dog. I know we recruited, you know? And he goes, well, what the fuck does that stand for? So I tell him, Bourbon Boys for Life. And he said, an explicit word that's 3 letters. And I said, say less. I repeatedly killed that man until he went into passive mode. Which if you don't play Grand Theft Auto 5, you're wrong. And it just means that I can't kill him anymore. But I was slaughtering this man. And then when he swapped to passive mode, I reminded him to watch his tone. Only disrespect bourbon like that around me. If you're a vodka drinker, you know, like he likes tequila. You know, I like anything that gets me drunk. And that's how that goes. And that's fine. But don't talk shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially in GTA, bro. I got everything. I just bought a jet.
It's easy way to fucking clap somebody's cheeks in the game. It's phenomenal.
All right, so as y'all can see, I got it half-assed together here. This will be our stand here. So we'll have our mic in front of us.
Well, I can even get mine together. I didn't do all mine, but
yeah, take some, a little bit of burns.
You'll definitely hear a lot of that sarcasm and satire come out of our mouths throughout the podcast and other stuff as well. So be prepared for that, because it's all in good heart. None of us are trying to get our feelings hurt. So if you guys see us quote unquote bullying each other, just know it's for satire. It's
just
not
to mind your own business. Honestly. If you comment some dumb shit in your profile picture of an anime character, I'm gonna give it to you. Just like I did your mama.
Oh dear God.
Anyways, that was a joke.
I was gonna say just like X, but this X won't give it to you.
That's what I'm saying. I know exactly what you're talking about. So as y'all can see, I'm clearly faster at a lot of things, including the. Anyways, going to sleep. Come on, man.
Hey, to be fair, you did have yours already open.
You can make all the excuses you want. Shit. All right. So this will be our general setup. We'll have to figure out exactly how we're going to do the mics, because obviously we don't want them in the way, but they need to be able to pick up. But like he was saying before, this is going to be extremely mobile. Like, and if it's not as mobile as we're envisioning it, we'll make adjustments, because we're definitely not going to be at a kitchen table every time. Yeah. We'll say each podcast probably be the shortest would be more like when we're doing like a vlog, when we're just kind of showing you a bourbon that we picked up, like, hey, this is what it is. We're gonna try to like find the history, you know, what it's made of, where,
the style of it,
style
that it is,
popularity, you know, like a Google review kind of thing, and then we'll try it. Which we love bourbon, but we're also gonna kind of learn it together. Right?
Yes.
The differences, you know, lights and darks, and different percentages, small batch, very small, single barrel select, you know, all that good stuff. We're going to try lots of things, and we're also going to try whiskeys. You know, this is a bourbon podcast, but pretty much everyone associates whiskey with that. There is a difference, obviously.
There's a big difference.
The 51%. And a lot of them you'll see, it'll say bourbon whiskey. So it's like a mixture. Yeah. Which is actually what this is. This is super popular. Most of the time when you see stuff like this at the shelf, it is going to be a one per person limit, and one store might get 4 or 5. And only some of them will come with the box. So when it has the box, it's worth even more.
Yes.
But they sell for the same amount whether it has the box or not. But on eBay, say if I was, you know, we weren't doing it for this purpose, I could resell this illegally, because I shouldn't, but you can, for like 110, anywhere between 110 and 120 bucks. So the box, depending on the group or the batch or whatever the hell it is, can go upwards like 150 from what I've seen. And some people, they put high numbers up there because maybe they want to hold on to it, but if someone's willing, why not? But I kind of copped this, so I'm gonna give, since Flem's done a lot of the work, I'm gonna give him the honors of opening it and pouring the glass, and then we're gonna take a sip, and we're gonna tell you what we think, and then I think we're gonna kind of roll into the podcast. And what I was thinking we was gonna talk today is kind of where the Kentucky Bourbon Boys began. Yep. And that's gonna run in the TwitchCon, so we can tell more stories about that. And so this will be kind of like when you're starting a new season of a TV show. And the first one's always the longest. That might be how this rolls.
That is true.
So anyways, do your due diligence.
You wanna grab us some ice? Fair enough.
Now for the first drink.
That is pretty cold, I gotta say. Pull them up?
Yeah. Figure it out, buddy.
That's pull. That's a little break.
Good.
Okay.
There you go.
First time I've ever had one like that. So.
All right, so another thing that I wanted to mention is, so in this, it has a cork top with a horse. If I can get it out without breaking it.
There you go.
First off, if you get a bourbon that's corked, it's automatically going to be fire.
I can already smell it.
That smells fantastic.
That smells awesome.
But another thing we're going to try to do, I don't know how we're going to do it, but like anything that has like some sort of significant piece, like some people will get like boards that have holes in them where they can drop these down in them. We're going to try to get like a like some sort of cabinet with glass or whatever where we can store these, so as time goes on we can kind of remember, like we can put like especially like podcast one, yeah, exactly, and what bourbon, maybe what we talked about, and the bourbon. Pretty cool. That'll be cool. That way, as the future goes on, or if this takes off or whatever, we had that. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when the millions of you, you know, they want us and want to hang out with us, clearly, men and women, mostly men. Hey, one man,
one man,
one man.
Yeah.
Anyways. So hopefully you can't see that trash that's sitting right there. Flem was indecent to put it there.
Hey, I mean,
all right.
For the video.
So step one was judging the smell. Phenomenal. It smells fucking awesome. Lucky I ain't sucking on this right here. Smells. Step really two good. Is the pour. So when you pour it, does it have good flow? Is it gonna catch the lip and come back on the bottle? Does it sound good? You know, like, we kind of stupid, so this ain't gonna be like professional bourbon. We're not gonna I taste at least 47% corn. Like, no. We're gonna go, yeah, I could drink this and get drunk. But we ain't gonna be afraid to tell you if it sucks. Because just because it's expensive don't mean it's good. You know what I'm saying? So, we've now removed the sheath. That's not where I was going. I was gonna say we uncircumcised the bottle, and now we're gonna make a pour.
For those of you who are critics who are going to be watching this video, let me know, that too, but let me know, do you, as a viewer, enjoy people pouring it straight up, or are you more of the 45-degree angle pour? Because that's more like a beer thing, but yeah. And then also, do y'all use ice? The first time I drink a bourbon, I have to do no ice. Pours pretty solid. Sounded good. Sounded like you poured a shit ton. I didn't pour that. That's your good. Sorry. Thank you, beautiful. Okay, kiss you on. I prefer a 69-degree. If you know what I mean. Well, we're gonna, before we taste this, I do have to tell you all a quick story. Anytime you hear the word 69, you better say under your breath, nice. That is a rule. Also, when we're drinking, anytime someone says 69, we all drink. So we know I'll go through. But as I mentioned before, or on my Twitter, if you're here from my Twitter, I bought a car today. The ending numbers, 69. Yeah, nice. Then they knocked the price down. I said, even though it was lower, it was like I almost couldn't do it because I thought the 69 was gone. So the original price, 0.69. I said, you son of a bitch. I looked that old man straight in his face and said, and he said, nice. So we're gonna give her a taste, and then after we take our sip, we're gonna kind of really get into the story. But I think we'll kind of start where me and Flem met, which was college. We'll get through that kind of quick because that was a lot of shit. Anyways. So yeah, we'll kind of get through that when we get to TwitchCon. We had a lot of awesome TwitchCon stories from what we can remember. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna be the rambler. All right, so just let me know if you get to a part where it's too deep, just like from this point to this point, cuss knife, so shut the fuck up. And I'm gonna tell you go fuck yourself. Shut the fuck up. All right. No, so we've already done the smell test, we've done the pour test. It sounds good. Now the taste test.
That burnt my lips. I'm not gonna lie.
It didn't burn mine. But,
well, I've been working night shift.
Yeah.
And it's cold as fuck. So my lips are chapped as hell. As soon as that hit my lips, it felt like the devil laid his dick across my mouth.
But I gotta say, for never having tried this bourbon before, it is very smooth. very easy to drink on ice, or as we're doing right now, no ice. And it didn't really have a sting at the end, like a lot of those like lower end bourbons do, which is expected for this. Like, it is very high quality. It has a good texture to it. I don't know, it's got really good color to it. It looks really good in these glasses.
It looks like gold, like literally. Like, I might take this to the bank and see what Shotty think.
That looks like liquid gold, ladies and gentlemen. But
so anyways, with that being said, I'll kind of jump into it. So through high school, me and Flem went to the same school. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna call him Flem. I know y'all know him as an athlete. You'll hear him call me Snipes and Cody.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get, I know y'all call him Flem, so I'm definitely sticking with that. We're gonna try to call me Snipes because I like that persona because it's kind of cool. Through high school, me and Flem knew each other, but it wasn't like we were hanging out or anything like that. We were same class. He was in sports, I was in sports, but I was like soccer and running for a little bit. I gave up on that shit pretty quick.
And I was into golf, basketball, track, and cheerleading.
Right. But we had the same friend group, so we were around each other, but like we weren't like after school, like, hey bro, what you doing? Let's hang out. Because it was either he was at practice or I was at practice. So it wasn't like we had beef with one another. I had beef with Colin because for literally no reason. He's going to be a guest on here, along with like Cole, who I got really good friends with outside of high school. Chris Metter, which I look forward to that episode. That is a funny motherfucker. That is going to be funny. I've talked to my buddy Cody Jones. We're going to try to get him on here. Papoka, we're going to get him on here. My mom, definitely got to be a guest. We're going to get his mom, one of his parents on here. We're going to get a lot of people in here. And if you ever come through Kentucky and you're a viewer and you want to meet up, we might not do it at our house, but like I said, we're going to be mobile. So if y'all want to link up, or even if it's not to record and try some bourbons and stuff, hit us up. Like, we're totally down to do that kind of stuff. Don't kill us. We carry guns, like I said. Anyways, high school gets going. I joined the Army. You are welcome. I know you said it. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for your tax money. I appreciate you guys. It created a lot of good opportunity for me. 4 days after I graduated high school, I said, it's a whole new world. Getting shit on by the drill sergeants. I ain't never did so many fucking push-ups in my goddamn life. I'm out there pushing to the wall sweating. One time, the drill sergeant yawned, and he made me do push-ups till they got untired. How the fuck that work? Then, they come and they drop quarters on your bed. If it bounced, they flip the whole fucking thing over. Bitch. Socks folded. Crispy. Shirts, they look like fucking tuna rolls. One day I'm gonna show y'all. It is crispy. One time we went to training, came back, all of our beds were taken apart, outside, put back together. I don't know how the fuck they did. We was only gone an hour. There's like 40 beds up there. I mean, there are lots of drill sergeants, but still, impressive to say the least. We slept outside. I woke up in a monsoon. Lightning striking, they were like, relax, you ain't gonna get hit. We in an open field, bitch. You ain't gonna tell me who ain't getting hit. I'm about to hit you. I had a drill sergeant that told me he wanted to go on deployment, kick a door in, and let them shoot him. These people are fucking crazy. But that's why we win the wars. Anyways, during that time, me getting absolutely shit on. Flem having the best time of his life in college. I'll pass it on now.
Okay, I wouldn't say I was having the best time of my life because I was getting wrecked with class. College was not easy for me whatsoever.
I didn't go to club.
There was several classes that I struggled with. I've never been like top tier in school. I've always been like that mid to high level in most classes. Now, math is a different story. That one I can't get over the hump. I don't know why I need to find what X is other than why he's dead. But now what Snipes was just mentioning, I was having a good time because I was cheering and it was a lot of fun. I was in a great community of people. We were having a blast, doing all kinds of fun stuff, partying, all that good stuff. But it was kind of an up and down. It was hard because I was trying to juggle 3 huge different things at once. I was trying to do streaming, trying to get that to take off, starting from scratch.
And his penis.
I was trying to juggle classes and be a student athlete, as well as maintain a good gym life as well. I was trying to get big. I was weighing maybe 100. I know.
You said
I know that was 4. I just added that one. But
improv.
Yes.
Easy.
That's going to be a lot in this video, as well as many others. But I was trying to gain weight in the gym. I was trying to get bigger because in high school, I didn't really take advantage of all of the opportunities of weightlifting that we had. I did, but I had no clue what I was doing. I had no intentions of really getting bigger. It's just
strictly 21s.
Yeah, it's strictly 21s, biceps for the boys. You already know. But a lot of it was me learning and developing in college. I was taking sports management for my major, so I was trying to be something involving sports because, as he mentioned earlier, we were in sports the entire time we were growing up, so it was hard for me to try to get away from that. So I was trying to juggle all 4 of those things and maintain a social life, and it was a little stressful, which is one of the reasons why I ended up in the hospital.
We'll set it up for a whole different podcast.
Yeah, we will spare that because that's
been hospitalized.
That's a funny yet serious story, so we'll save that for another time. But it was funny the day after, I will say.
All right, so when I got out of or right towards the end of the military, I had a decision to make. I could either go to a college and continue to play soccer because I was still practicing a lot when I was in Arizona, or I could go to EKU and meet up with my lifelong best friend, Kevin McKnight, who I hope we can get on this podcast if you're watching. Your hands are still small. And quit smiling. Anyways, I said, do you have a roommate? And he said, yeah. He's all right. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm coming to EKU probably. We'll room. So I get there. The first thing I get is a roommate. The first thing he says, you care if I smoke weed in here? I said, nah. Then his friend starts stealing my shit. I'm fresh out of training. I don't give a fuck. I go straight to the desk. I say, get me a new roommate or I'm going to have a devil. They were stealing my shit. I was getting pissed the fuck off. I start rooming with Kev, who was hanging out with Flem a lot, or gaming with, which we'd already been gaming all the time anyways. So I guess that's how we originally met. But in person was in college when we started hanging out all the time. So we'd always meet at PAL, and he'd be there all day eating and doing homework and doing whatever the fuck. While me and Kevin was gaming and chilling. And then we started hitting the gym together a lot, and because Kevin was kind of hit or miss. And then I picked up my degree in Homeland Security. Flem did what was best for him, and a lot of you, I'm sure, have done the same thing, where if college ain't right for you, head out. You can come back. It ain't that big of a deal. Get it, figure it out. Then we graduate college, or in the middle of college, Flem hits me up, and I love Twitch and stuff, you know, and he's like, you want to go to TwitchCon? Like, it's kind of random, but it's not too far away. Like, let's get it going. I was like, yeah. I said, tell me how much money you need. Like, let's get the tickets ordered. Which I've flown before, so that's me leaving this man in the airport was fucking common.
Oh my god, dude.
They said active duty military. I said, see ya. Flip said, you really leave me? Nah. And we tried some nasty ass beer.
Oh my god.
Hell no. If you get a beer called the Dirty Blonde, dodge it.
Yes, stay away.
Dodge that shit.
Disgusting.
At all costs.
Not for us.
So we get there, we're chilling, you know. We get on the plane and we're like, damn, we really flying from Kentucky to California. We get off. The first words out of my mouth, I said, it fucking stinks here.
It's hard to breathe.
The air quality, bro. Damn near slapped my nostril. You see these big ass things, bro? Damn near knocked my face off. Flem said, dude, I was thinking the same fucking thing.
I literally walked out and it was like, I got hit in the chest. I was like, damn.
And then Dad said, we go through the nights and the days, and that was kind of like the homeless people story. It kind of plays into this. Mm-hmm. John Sandman posted in his Discord and lets everybody know he is basically renting out a bar for everybody. It's on his tab, come drink, have fun, blah, blah, blah. So we go, and we're like, God, our livers were already hurting probably like pretty bad. And we're like, we're gonna go have a couple drinks, but we're gonna kind of take it a little easy. We get there and we run in, we're talking to John, we're having a good time. Run into his dad.
Yep.
Dad Sandman.
Great dude.
Yeah, awesome. And his mom. Not Dad Sandman, his mom. John Sandman. And he's like, yeah, what's going on, guys? Y'all come hang out, John? I'm like, yeah. That's where we were from, and we told him a little south of Louisville. And he was like, I'm from Paducah. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, hell yeah. Started asking if we like bourbon. We're like, yeah. He's like, y'all gonna let me down tonight? We looked at each other. We were like, we can't do this.
At that moment in time, me and him looked at each other and we were in
unison.
Like, yes, in unison. We looked at each other and was like, I know what I must do, but I do not know if I have the strength to do it.
We weren't gonna let John Sandman or Dad Sandman down. Hopefully they watch this.
Yes.
Or at least this portion of them will kind of clip you a time frame.
That's not the Kentucky Bourbon Boys way. We could not let this man down.
Next thing we knew, he said, you ever had a apple Washington or whatever?
Washington apple or
something. It was
something like
sort
that.
of apple bourbon.
But it was really good.
It was good. He just showed us, finish it, finish it. We thought these were shooters, bro.
Yeah.
It was drinks.
And we were
like
sitting
you
there.
sip on. He was like, okay, I see y'all.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, we had so many drinks. I'm giving them away. And they were already free.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, here, take this, bro. I'm gonna die. I was like, I'm literally about to lose my life. Flem is doing his thing. Hopefully, like Athena and Sis and them, y'all might see this. We love you guys.
Y'all are awesome.
He's over there doing his thing, and the drinks, they just won't stop rolling. I'm like, I gotta go hide. I go to the bathroom for like an hour to take a shit. I'll let him tell his side of the story, and then we'll get to why we left.
So, as he mentioned, like the drinks started flowing, dude. Dad Sandman literally just kept.
The crazy part, he was matching us.
Yes, but it wasn't even to the point yet to where we were like shit face. It was just sitting there, and as he was sliding them, as he said, we thought they were shooters. We kept shooting them, and then we started to slow down. We started to just kind of sip on it, and he was like, whoa, why are you slowing down? Here's another one. Here's another one. We were like, oh my God, fuck. I'm sitting here dripping sweat, Monka S, and over here in the fucking corner. And as he said, I started to get up, and Athena had just walked in. Of course, I'd seen her at TwitchCon. I was like, I'll see you later at John's thing or whatnot. And I headed over there and was talking to her. And then Sis came in, and I was talking to him. And we were just having a good time hanging out at the bar. Next thing I know, Snipes disappears. And I was like, where's my son at? So I look around.
Just me with it.
I look around, I couldn't find him. This bar, granted, it's like a bigger bar than what we're used to over here. Because it's San Diego, it's a bigger city. So it turns out there was like 2 sections of this bar, and we were right here where everybody was like clustered up around John and Athena and all them, and then Snipes was all the way over here, alone, off frame, in the bathroom, probably with his head between his knees, just praying to God that he's gonna slip out. But
it was a good shit.
But
sobered me up a little.
He comes back to me and he says, "We gotta go." And I said, "Huh?" He said, "We gotta go." And I said,
he said,
I'll call it Uber. I'll call it Uber.
I have never, and I mean ever, got the spins standing.
Oh my God, dude.
I was standing there having a good time. I remember just taking a sip. Next thing I knew, it felt like everything was moving, but I knew damn well I wasn't moving.
Yes.
I found who I thought was Flem. This is my point of view. I grab him. I'm like, order the Uber. He goes, who are you? I said, wrong person. Then I find Flem. Finally, I hear him and I grab him. I'm like, bro, we gotta go. He's like, wow, what's up? I was like, I can't see straight. And he goes, thank God. We ordered an Uber. Is that the night the Prius came?
Yes. Yes.
This all black Prius rolls up. And I told him, I said, you got minimal time until I spew. This man starts handing me trash bags. We talking customer service.
Yes. It was.
I didn't know a Prius could drive so damn fast. This man was hauling ass. I mean, we was like, what's your drunk? Probably go a little faster than we thought. Priuses aren't sports cars. They don't have great suspension. I'm in the back getting fucked in the ass by this seat. I just remember at one point, as soon as he took off, it was a fight to get my seat done. Literally. And then I threw up in the back. He said, throw it out the window. I got another. I said,
yeah, there is no like replicating this. We literally, if you guys have ever seen the Fast and Furious movies where they're like zooming in and out of traffic, Picture that with a Prius. This man was going.
And
he was like, "Hey, you gotta turn here." He literally yanked it right. I thought my neck was gonna be broken in half. About to slap that shit up against the window.
He ought to add audacity when he dropped us off at the hotel to say, "Can't believe you puked." So, bitch, I could have been completely sober and threw up on that drop. So, you're lucky the window was down, or I would have busted this shit out with my goddamn head. I throw up in the bag. I mean, it's like a tube bag, like bread comes in. I fill it up. I was like, I need another one. He was like, tied up, throw it out. I said, frag out. In hindsight, I shouldn't have done it. But, you know, it could have been like the Finding Nemo scene. But whatever was floating in there, no telling where it wanted to go.
Oh, here it goes.
He gives me another, and I'm like, literally this. I'm like, my man must have thought he had another cylinder from me in the back. Like, he was like, yeah. My man's was zooming. We get to the hotel. We get up there, and Soldier, I'm sure he'll piece him through time. Get this.
Yeah.
My poor Soldier. He is slump god. I flop Flem down on the fucking bed, which, keep in mind, the bed is maybe this fucking wide.
When he says bed, he doesn't mean like a queen or a twin.
I mean like a loaf of bread.
He means like the pull-out that you have in the sofa at a hotel.
But it's like a pull-out recliner. It's not a sofa.
Slept beside each other with one leg hanging off each side of that thing.
We had to branch a leg off to hold the other half of our body up. I woke up, leg was sore as fuck. Knees weak, arms were heavy. I had vomit on my sweater literally already. I slept in the bathroom. I slept in the bathtub for at least 2 hours. We just woke up, Soldier staring at us, and we're like, he's like,
fun night?
Yeah, fun night. Bitch. Yes. He was like, damn, y'all didn't invite me. We're like, yeah, we did.
You said you had a headache. You going to bed.
You said your pussy was hurting.
Damn.
I said, this ain't gonna be no rated G shit.
Yeah, we'll be strict.
I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm gonna keep it straight with you.
Yeah.
If you're under the age of 18,
be ready.
Ask your mom. With that being said, I think we're probably gonna go ahead and end it on that. I know it was probably kind of off. In the future, we're gonna kind of plan it out a little more. I literally just called him as soon as he woke up. I've been up all night, just bought a car. I was like, I'm coming over right now. We're shooting this. Let's do it. The unboxing was pretty smooth, but just like the bourbon. But now talking about this, we can say the blends, 10 out of 10.
Yes. Definitely
recommend it if you can come across one to get it. Like I said, in the future, we're gonna definitely try to talk about its history, you know, the master distiller, where it is, you know, that kind of stuff. And the next one, we're probably gonna be drinking blends again, so we're definitely gonna dive into that. So we're gonna be putting in work, right? But also we're gonna fuck around a lot.
Yes.
All right. So, but the beginning will be more serious, and as the longer it gets, the more we kind of start joking. That's just how it is. It's not like we got the real Donald Trump on here, unless you want to be.
Hey,
you're about to be unemployed.
Oh,
so if you need something to do, let us know.
But as he mentioned, there's going to be a lot of satire and a lot of sarcasm in everything that we do.
We might actually swing on each other.
Yes, unintentionally. But
I would have ate that.
I know.
Like Mike Tyson.
But we have so many stories to tell you guys. It is unreal. I'll never forget the night that you and I were standing around a fire about 6 inches away from each other, rapping back and forth all night long. Granted, with a group of people around us.
And we didn't give a fuck.
We had no clue at that point who was around us. It was just me and you. Me and you and I ain't talking like. You know what I'm saying?
One day we might have to bust out some beats on here. Anyways, it's Snipes and Flem from the Kentucky Bourbon Boys. You can catch him on Twitch, athletesquad.tv. And me, when I do have time, Cycling Basher 5, we're in there, we stream, we fuck around. So that way, if you don't have time for the podcast, or if you have questions about the podcast, when the next one might be, catch us on Twitter, catch us on the YouTube, you catch us on Twitter.
I'll leave all the links in the description below. Feel free to click on those if you would like. And until next time, it's your boy Flem.
And Snipes.
And we
catch
out.
y'all later.
Yup. It's Kentucky Bourbon Boys. And we out.